want to talk about a fairly controversial thought. Controversial probably from your perspective only, for the purpose of this conversation. That we've always spoken of an idea of an India that is diverse, the diversity of India. And yet, there is a narrative that's gaining significant traction, which talks about the uniformity of India. Do you want to talk a bit about how the diversity of India versus the uniformity of India, and how narratives are built and perpetuated through mythologists turned historians?
See, diversity generally is inefficient. And it's a fact. For example, if there are 10 people in the house who want to eat 10 different kinds of food, managing the kitchen is a nightmare. So it's efficient if everyone eats the same kind of food. So if you are the cook and you'll say, I'm going to make poha today, then it's easy, everybody eats poha. But if everybody says, I want a poha, upma, idli, omelette, then the kitchen becomes inefficient. So diversity by definition is inefficient. Diversity also lends itself to create hierarchies. So all diverse societies, so India has a caste system. One of the reasons is because of its diversity. And one of the reasons, there are many reasons, but one of the reasons. So diversity plays a role. Now the problem with uniformity and homogeneity is efficient, yes, it's more flatter, equal, but what it does, it homogenizes. It takes away difference. So everybody has to speak Hindi. Everybody has to be vegetarian.
You say it like it's a bad thing. Speaking Hindi.
Talk to the Tamilian and ask them if will you give up their language.
And what did they say when you asked them?
They don't want to give up their language. Unless we decide to teach Tamil in the Gangetic Plains. Maybe Uttar Pradesh.
That would be a really good idea. On the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
See, the question is how many languages do you want to learn? Why will you not learn?
That was 1 to 10 in Tamil.
Can you do that in Odia?
No, I can't, but I'd love to.
Yes. And Bengali?
No.
And Assamese? And Marathi? And
No.
Gujarati?
Now you're calling me out. That's not cool.
Exactly. So the problem with diversity is that it puts this pressure on you. And I use in global forums, I use the Indian rupee note to show them the number of languages we have in India. And then I show a US dollar bill and say, you have only one language, maybe two, Latin. And that creates efficiency. However, it cannot handle immigrants. Instantly, they will say that Mexico mein wall bana do, we don't like Muslims in our neighborhood. And therefore you see the West, which loves homogeneity and therefore equality, can't handle diversity. India, which is diverse and therefore inefficient, can handle complexity much more, but
we want to be like that dollar bill that only has one language. Is that what you're saying?
Which is what people think is good for them until their language is threatened. Until their language. The moment I threaten, the moment, see 50% of India is in the Hindi-speaking belt and therefore Hindi is given a priority. Therefore politicians love Hindi. Therefore I speak Hindi on stage. 50% of India. The fact is the remaining 50% also matters. Odia matters,
not to win
Bengali
an election,
matters.
surely.
Sorry?
But not to win an election, surely.
If you become a politician, you might change your tune and you might just talk a very different language.
So you're saying that a politician must cater to 100% of the electorate?
Of his electorate?
That's preposterous.
No, 37%.
That doesn't happen.
It works for 30%. You don't need to convince everybody. You have to convince a significant number of people to get the maximum. It's a majoritarian representative democracy. It's not a democracy in theory. It is about just getting those 30% of people to vote for you and you're all powerful. You don't need 100% of people to support you. You need 30% of the people.